Hey guys, I hope you're all having a great day, and today I'm going to be talking about all of my unfinished series. Don't mind this, I'm not an old lady, I'm just really cold today, so yeah. First of all, I'm going to talk about all of this series that I have at least started one book, so I'm not going to talk about the series that I own on my shelf that I haven't started, or else this is going to take forever. I have made a video in the past about all of my unfinished series. Maybe one or two books are gonna come back in this video, but most of these are series that I will not continue, so yeah. Firstly, I got the Red Queen series. So I have read Red Queen and Glass Sword, and I am up now to King's Cage. I really love this series, so I don't think it's going to be a big problem for me to continue on with this series. The book is really big compared to the paperback version, but it's okay, it's going to be fine. It's just really big, but anyways. So for those who don't know what this series is about, I'm going to talk about it like really quickly. This is in a dystopian world, I would say, where there are two kinds of people. There are the reds and the silvers. Si tu continues, je vais te mettre dans la vidéo. So there are two kinds of people, the reds and the silvers, which define their color of their blood, and the silvers have magical powers, so they can do anything. They can fly, they can move things, they can transform themselves, anything that they, well, not that they want, but they were born with. And Mare Barrow is working at the castle of the silvers, and at some point she realizes that she has some powers, and that she is not, well, she's red, but maybe she's a silver, or what's going on, she doesn't know. All the silvers are freaking out because she's a red and she's not supposed to have powers. So they put her undercover as a lost princess. They are gonna train her to control her powers so that they can control her and not freak out everybody and the system that is being implanted for generations. So yeah, that's basically the main story. Secondly, I have the Mortal Instruments series. I have read the first book like 5 years ago, I think. And when at that time I had really poor English, so I read that book in English and I did not understand much of it. So now I have the second book for some reason. But I must reread the first book to continue on the series or else I will be completely lost. But I have technically read the first book. Next, I got the Burn for Burn trilogy by Jenny Han and Siobhan Vivian. Yeah, I didn't say the author's name before for some reason. I'm sorry, I'm going to say the author's name from now on. I have read Burn for Burn, but like a really long time ago, and I'm up to Fire with Fire. I have to reread the first book though, because I don't remember much of it. I remember like the ending, and that's pretty much it. I don't remember the revenge, what it was about. I know it was about a boy. They wanted to get revenge on a boy, and they made him fall in love with one of the girls, but like, that's all I remember. I don't remember any names, anything that happened, so I need to reread. Now, a series from my last video, The Giver Quartet. I read the first book like probably 5 years ago, but I loved it so much, and I really need to continue on with this series, but it's just that the next books are not about the characters in this one, they're about other characters, and I think this is what subconsciously made me not buy the other books, because it's not about them, and I really love these characters, so I don't know if I'm gonna continue, but I wish to. The Darkest Minds trilogy, this is old. This has probably been one of my first videos on YouTube, BookTube, whatever, because it was one of the first books I read while making videos, and I really loved it so much. But as I said in my last video of the books of the series that I haven't finished, it reminds me a lot of the Shadow Me trilogy. Well, now it's a series. now it's a series. And so maybe that's why I wasn't too keen to go into the series, because I was scared that I would compare it too much to the Shadow series, because y'all know that I love the Shadow series and it's my baby. And if I start comparing it to other series, the other series is just gonna be really, really bad. So yeah. I do, however, really like the system in this story. I like how they are separated into colors to really distinguish which ones are the most dangerous and which ones are the least dangerous, because I think that this system is really funny, because at some point I'm sure that somebody who hasn't a lot of power will become like a really, really powerful person. So I just feel like this is gonna be, it could be a good twist in the story. So yeah. Next I got the Young Elite's trilogy, I believe. Is it a trilogy? I'm not too sure. I read this book like 3 years ago. This was part of my books when I did my first readathon, and I really, really loved it. I read it in like a day and I was so happy. It was such a good book. And I don't know why I didn't continue on with this series. It was so, so good. Well, the first book at least. But if I'm gonna continue on with this series, I'm definitely gonna have to reread this one, because I don't remember much of it. To All the Boys I've Loved Before trilogy, I have read the first 2 books, so I have read To All the Boys I've Loved Before and P.S. I Still Love You. I need to read, however, Forever and something. Anyways, the 3rd book. The main reason why I haven't read the 3rd book yet is because John is not in the 3rd book. Well, that's what I heard about the back cover of the story. His name is not there, and I'm just really, really sad. Because if I remember correctly, in this book, spoilers, Peter and Laura Jean are having some difficulties with their relationship. If I'm wrong, I don't remember well. If I remember correctly, they were having some troubles, and John was really, really sweet. He was really, really nice, and he was there for her, and she didn't fall for him, but I wish she had. So I feel like this is just gonna end up like the Hunger Games, where you ship 2 people in the books, but 2 different people in the movies. Yeah. I don't want that to happen, but I feel like it's gonna happen. Next, I got the Nuts and Crosses series by Mallory Blackman. I loved the book so much, but I don't know if I'm gonna continue on with the series, just because the storyline in this book was really, really good. But it's gonna be a completely different storyline in the next few books. If you read it, you know what I mean by that. But I'm not too sure about the story that will be brought in the book. So yeah, I'm not too sure what she's gonna do, and I'm quite afraid of what she could do and that she should not do. So I don't know. And lastly, I got some graphic novels. I have the Giant Days series by Alison Drummond and Kogar, and this is volume 1, volume 2, and volume 8. Yeah, I know. I have read the first 2 volumes. I ordered the 3rd volume at my bookstore, so I'm waiting on that to continue on with this series. I just really, really love it so much. It's really, really fun. It's about those 3 girls who... Wait, I'm going to show you the 3 girls. They're really funny. So here are the 3 girls. And they're just really, really funny. They're starting their first year at university, and I was when I first started reading this book, so that was really, really funny for that. And they're just having some adventures, some dramas, and it's just really, really funny. It's a really, really light read, but I really love it. And yeah, so that was it for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. Tell me down below if you have all of these series that you have not finished, how many, because my list is endless. This list is just for the books that I will continue on, but I have so many unfinished series that I will not continue on, but the list, it's never gonna end, so yeah. I will see you next week. Goodbye. De la tierra
cielito lindo vienen bajando.